I'm Sonny Mirabella. Lived in North End all my life, past 83 years. And I've seen things, and there's some things I haven't seen. So if you have any questions, maybe I can answer you, maybe I can't.
Tell me what it was like growing up in the North End when you were born when?
1930.
What was it like growing up?
Well, when I was a kid, it was wonderful. You know, there weren't many cars around. You were able to play in the streets, play baseball with a broomstick handle, whatever, rubber ball, pimple ball. And it was just great. Things were tough, but everybody got along. Everybody respected each other and everybody helped each other. Like I say, things were tough, but it was better then than what it is now. Guys like me and a lot of other guys, you went to work. You knew the wise guys, you saw them, they saw you, hi and bye. And you just kept going. Sometimes you stop and have a conversation because you might have known them very well. How's your family? How's your mother? Whatever. But otherwise, you went to work and you minded your business. You didn't bother them and they didn't bother you. Outside of respecting each other. And some guys who didn't want to work, they became bookmakers and took action, which they didn't hurt anybody because they didn't twist you around for you to gamble with them. You did it on your own.
Did it ever seem like in the North End that there was gang war in the 60s going on, like different groups vying for power in the North End itself?
I don't think so. Not in the North End. Maybe other parts of the city, from Charlestown, maybe South Boston, but the North End wise guys always got along with themselves. They respected each other. They did the right thing by each other. They never caused a problem. They never tried to step on each other's toes. Well, what was going on between the Winter Hill gang and the South Boston gang, Whitey Bulger and anybody in the North End, I didn't know much because I never interfered. I never asked questions. In them days, I was working in town as a women's shoe salesman, so I was in town most of the time. Then eventually, after that, I went to work for the Boston Water Department. So I never paid much attention to, I don't know, like the guys from Winter Hill. I heard their names. If I came across them in the street, I probably wouldn't even know them. And the same with the South Boston gang, no matter where they came from. So guys in the West, in the North End I knew, some from the West End I knew. But you know them because you pass by them every day or maybe once or twice a week and you say hello. As tough as they were and whatever they were doing, I think they still had some respect for each other in their own way. Unless one of them became a rat and, did something wrong, then they did away with them. But otherwise, there was honor like the old saying, there's honor amongst thieves. From what I know of the North End guys, they were all honest with each other. They wouldn't try to rat on each other. Like I said, unless somebody did something real bad. But even then, I doubt it because they would take care of it themselves. They wouldn't go to the law. Even like a guy like me, I was never in the rackets. But if I knew somebody did something, the cops questioned me, I don't know anything. Well, you're going to go to jail. I'll go to jail. I don't know anything. And there's a lot of guys like that. I wouldn't give up on a guy. Unless the guy did something to my family, hurt somebody in my family, did something real bad. Otherwise, if I knew what somebody did, I don't know it. I didn't see it, so I don't know what he did. Sometimes policemen would talk to, like I mentioned before about this policeman showing me a picture of two guys that were in the rackets. And if the policeman says, if we ask this one guy, do you know this guy? And he says, no, well, we have your picture with you standing beside him. And I told this policeman, I know you, does that make me a cop? I know priests, does that make me a priest? I know lawyers, I know judges, does that make me a lawyer and a judge? Because you see him with somebody, that doesn't mean you're doing what they're doing. I mean, I was a kid growing up around here. Some guys that were taking action, wise guys, they knew you from when you were a kid. So does that mean you stop talking to them? And if you talk to them, does that make me a wise guy? No.
What's the North End like now?
It's different. It's not the North End. Before the North End years ago, they were all families, a lot of children. Everybody knew everybody. You respected each other. You helped each other. And, today it's all strangers. There's no more respect. And you don't know they're your next door neighbor. Whereas years ago, you know everybody that lived on these buildings on Salem Street. Because I lived here. I don't know who lives across the street from me. I don't know who lives next door to me. All strangers.
How many Italian families do you think are left?
I think years ago, if we were maybe 90, 95% Italian, if we're down to maybe 12% now. Because there are some Italians that, live in the North End. They came in from out of town, but they're not Italians like Italians that grew up in the North End. It's different. It's a different breed. They don't have the same old-time things that we did growing up around here.
So the North Ender is really disappearing.
Yeah, yeah.